Okay guys, Bismillahirrahmanirrahim, Assalamu alaikum. We are going to start with IELTS listening module, and we have one listening test and we will solve it all together. All you need is a pencil and the handout is already there. Okay, you can see the handout on screen also. So use both mobile screen and your handout also. And by the way, you can get something like this, a mobile stand, a small mobile stand which you can put there, and then you can comfortably see that. Okay, now let's take a start. Section 1, questions 1 to 5, and complete the notes below. From complete the notes below, we understand that the question type is notes completion. Clear? Then they say write no more than 3 words for each answer. Right? No more than 3 words. So question type completion, and the instructions no more than 3 words. And remember, no more than 3 words means maximum 3 words. Right? That's the maximum number of words. Minimum there can be 1 word and all that. Okay, after that, when we go on, first of all, you got to read this title. Can you guys see it on your screen comfortably? On screen also? Right, good. Now, title is Transport from Airport to Milton. If you don't know what Milton is, but you just know from airport to Milton, it means it's a location. It means it's a place. Airport to Milton. So Milton can be a city, hotel, or any other place like that. So this is transport from airport to Milton. One question is already done. This is what we call example questions, but now they have removed this example question, because students used to spend that time on section 4 reading the questions and all that. So now they have removed this thing, okay? Well, options. Everyone please come to options. I'm going to make the screen even bigger so that you can see it all clearly. Options. First option is car hire. What does that mean? Rent a car. Okay? So you can just underline, remember, where there is no question, for example, there is 1 point, there is no question, just underline 1 word over there and move on to the next one. You are not supposed to read that part. For example, car hire, don't want to drive, don't read it, but just underline car hire. When they talk about car hire, you know they are there. Now, the next option. Now, basically, question number 1 is an option. First option is car hire. Third option is Greyhound bus. That is third option. You can see third option is Greyhound bus. Okay. So option 2 is something which is expensive. Now I play the audio. Listen to the audio carefully and see what is the section option number 2. Option, for example, you want to go to another city. Option 1, you can go by train. Option 2, you can go by bus. Option 3, you can go by air. So it's going to be one of the transport options. Now I play the audio. Listen and answer question number 1. 1 second, please.
You will hear a telephone conversation between a passenger and an official at the Land Transport Information Service at Toronto Airport.
Hello, this is Land Transport Information at Toronto Airport. How may I help you?
Oh, good morning. I'm flying to Toronto Airport next week, and I need to get to a town called Milton. Could you tell me how I can get there?
Milton, did you say? Let me see. I think that's about 150 miles southwest of here. In fact, it's 147 miles to be exact. So it'll take you at least, say, 3 to 4 hours by road.
Wow. Is it as far as that?
Yes, I'm afraid so. But you have a number of options to get you there, and you can always rent a car right here at the airport, of course.
Right. Well, I don't really want to drive myself, so I'd like more information about public transport.
Okay. In that case, the quickest and most comfortable is a cab, and of course there are always plenty available, but it'll cost you.
Quickest option is cab, but it will cost you. It will cost you means expensive. So the answer is C-A-P. C-A-B, cab. Well done. Excellent. Good job. So the answer is cab. Cab means taxi. Okay, for the audio, I would advise you to follow this speaker because there is the lapse, time lag, right? So just not listen to it. You can mute your volume, listen to my voice and listen to this, okay? Now, let's move on. By the way, how many of you have got mobiles which are connected to GoToMeeting? Raise your hands. Okay, quite a lot. Fantastic. Very good. That's good. I'll arrange internet for you and then you can comfortably do that. And we'll do mock tests on this as well. Audio quality is going to be fine. Now, let's go on. Question number 2, please. You can do one thing, follow the screen and at the same time your handout. Write the answers on your handout and follow the screen. You can see Greyhound bus. Now, Greyhound bus is the company, bus company. Okay, and then they have written single and this and that. You don't need to read it. Just underline 27.50. Now, when they say 27.50 or $27.50, it means audio has reached there. Remember, tracking the audio is very, very important. Where the audio is, your this hand should be there. And when the answer comes, this hand should write the answer, okay? All right, now they say direct to the dash. Direct to the dash, again, it's going to be a place. Direct to the airport, direct to the station, direct to the something like that. So the answer is going to be location. And direct means it will take you directly there. Exactly. Now please focus.
You can also take a Greyhound bus, or there's an airport shuttle service to Milton.
I think for that kind of distance, a cab would be way beyond my budget. But the bus sounds okay. Can you tell me how much that would cost?
Sure. Let's see, that would be $15 one way or $27.50 return. That's on the Greyhound.
Ah, that's quite cheap. Great. Whereabouts does it stop in Milton?
It goes directly from the airport here to the city center, and it's pretty fast.
It goes directly from the airport here to the city center. Well done. Now, some will write airport as an answer. They said from the airport, not to the airport. From the airport to the city center. Okay, that's lovely. Yasin, speakers ka muh zara daएं बाएं कर दें या थोड़ा सा volume कम कर दें. Now, we go on. After that, long dash. Question number 3. It can be long distance. It can be long something. Now, for long, they might use, underline the word long. So, for long, they might use the word quite a. For example, long distance, it's quite a distance from here. Long and quite a, they have the same meaning. Q-U-I-T-E, quiet, okay? Long distance from here. For example, if I say Canada is a long distance from here, Canada is quite a distance from here. Understand? That's what they're going. And this is what you guys have to learn. That, okay, the word is long. What other words can they speak? Once you know this, inshallah, you will get 9 out of 9.
But you have to bear in mind that there is only one departure a day, so it depends what time your flight gets in.
Ah, of course. Hang on. Oh, we're due to get there at 11:30 a.m.
Too bad. The bus leaves at 3:45, so you would have quite a wait, more than 4 hours.
Oh, I see.
You will have quite a wait. W-A-I-T. I play it again. It sounded like way. Actually, quite a wait. I play this one again.
But you have to bear in mind that there is only one departure a day, so it depends what time your flight gets in.
Ah, of course. Hang on. Oh, we're due to get there at 11:30 a.m.
Too bad. The bus leaves at 3:45, so you would have quite a wait, more than 4 hours.
Oh, I see.
Quite a wait, and then they said more than 4 hours. So quite a wait means long wait. All clear? Right, very good. Now, let's go on. Next is airport shuttle. Now, remember, one shuttle is at NASA. Otherwise, all the shuttles are either vans or buses. Either the shuttle is going to be a van or it will be a bus. Okay. Now, airport shuttle. From airport, you might have seen sometimes from airport, different hotels, they have their vans. They are called shuttles. Right? Shuttle service, shuttle and all that. Question number 4. Dash service. Now, dash service means it's the type of service. Okay? We cannot guess further. For example, they might say free service. They might say free service, they might say quick service, they might say non-stop service, they might say 24-hour service. So anything that comes with service will be your answer, okay? Now I'm going to play the audio. Question number 4, listen and answer.
Well, what about the shuttle you mentioned?
Okay, that's the airport shuttle that will take you from the airport right to your hotel or private address. It's a door-to-door service, and it would suit you much better because there's one every 2 hours.
It's a door-to-door service, okay? So listening can be easier if you guys focus these things. Door-to-door service. Now you can write door-to-door as 3 words because no more than 3 words, or otherwise when we write door-to-door we write it with a hyphen. Door hyphen to hyphen, hyphen is a dash. Door-to-door. So you can write it in both ways. Your answer is correct, okay? Now let's go on. Again you can see 65 written. Just underline 65. When in the audio they say 65, it means they have reached here. Next question, need to dash. Okay, now for need to, they might use the word need to, want to, have to, right? Or they say you do need to have. For example, need to dash something. Now, usually after to, we have a verb. Need to, for example, need to go, need to come, need to reserve, need to enjoy, something like that. So whatever they say, now your clue word is to. Whatever they say after to, and need is also clue word. They might replace need, but to will not be replaced. It's for the verb. Now listen and answer.
So how much does that cost?
Let's see. Yeah, that's $35 one way, $65 return. So I guess it's a bit more expensive than the Greyhound.
Oh, that doesn't sound too bad, especially if it'll take me straight to the hotel.
But you do need to reserve a seat.
Okay.
You do need to reserve a seat. Exactly. So the answer is reserve. Well done. Reserve. Clear? Good. Very good. Let's go on, please. Now we have questions 6 to 10. Questions 6 to 10. Complete the booking form below. Again, now we have the booking form. So the same lady is going to book something. Complete the booking form below, write one word and or a number. This is something very important. When they say one word and you write 2 words, your answer is wrong. And sometimes some students think no more than 3 words. They think it's 3 words we have to write. No more than 3 means maximum 3 and minimum 1. Exactly. So write one word and or a number for each answer. Airport shuttle booking form. Imagine airport shuttle booking form. Airport van and booking form. Where are you going? What time you will leave? This and that and all sort of information. It's easy. 2, Milton. And what is Milton, by the way? It's a place. It's a place. Date. Answer is very simple. Now listen how to write date. For example, date is 10th July. That is my birthday. Anyways, 10th July. So you can write 10th with TH and July. Or you can write 10 without TH and July. Or you can write July 10. 10 later, or you can write 10 by 7. Okay, but the best one is 10 and July. Without TH even it's fine, no problem. 1010 and JULY, July, that's it. Okay, now let's take a start. So date you're going to write. Question number 6.
Okay, I just have to fill this form out for you. So what date do you want to book this for?
The 16th of October. Oh, no. Sorry, that's my departure date. I arrive on the 17th, so book it for them, please.
16. Oh, no. Tell you. So the answer is 17. 16th was a trap. We call it trap, right? So 17th. And what did she say, 17th? October. Now, October can be written as OCTOBER, otherwise OCT. If you have confusion, January, JAN, February, FEB, March, MAR. Okay, so you can write things like that. Is this clear? Any confusion? No? All good? Very right. Number of passengers, 1. So when they say 1, it means audio reaches there. Bus time, dash PM. Very simple. Now listen how to write time. Number 1, PM is already mentioned, so you don't need to mention that. Number 2, if the time is with minutes, for example, if they say 10:30. Now 10:30 can be written as 1010, then you can write a dot and 30. Single dot is okay. Otherwise 10, 10 and then double dot. You know how to write that. Okay, and then you can write 30. And another way is there, but you shouldn't do it. You can write 10 hours H. 10 hours H and then 30. 10 H 30. But that is quite unusual. It's a good idea to write 10 double dot 30. And PM is already written. Okay, now listen again carefully. And bus time means shuttle time. Shuttle and bus, they are the same thing. So question number 7, please listen to the audio and then tell me how it is.
So that's the Toronto Airport shuttle to Milton. And this is for just one person, or?
Yeah, just me, please.
Right. And you said your expected time of arrival was 11:30? So if I book your shuttle for after 12, let's say 12:30, that should give you plenty of time to, collect your baggage, maybe grab a coffee.
Yeah, that sounds fine. As long as we land on time.
Well, we'll take your flight details, so you don't need to worry too much about that.
So, 11:30. Let me catch the thief. 12 o'clock. No, 12:30. Exactly. So she's going to land at... Now she's going to land at 11:30. And then she will have plenty of time to move around and this and that and all that. Okay? So the answer is 12:30 and there were 3 times. I'm playing this again. I see some question marks.
So that's the Toronto Airport shuttle to Milton. And this is for just one person, or?
Yeah, just me, please.
Right. And you said your expected time of arrival was 11:30? So if I book your shuttle for after 12, let's say 12:30, that should give you plenty of time to, collect your baggage, maybe grab a coffee.
Yeah, that sounds fun.
Okay, so 11:30 flight time and shuttle after 12, let's say 12:30. That'll give you enough time to grab a coffee and all that. So 12:30 is the answer. PM is already written. Clear? Okay, type of ticket, single. It's type of ticket, not type of person. Yeah, I am single. Okay. Question number 8. Name, Janet Dash. Now, if the name is usual, they will just tell you. If the name is unusual or confusing, then they will spell it for you. Right? My name is Janet Jackson. You know Janet Jackson? Sister of Michael Jackson, right? So let's see what that name is. It's simple and easy.
Now, what about the fare? What sort of ticket do you want? One way or...
Yeah, that'll be fine. Provided I can book the return trip once I'm there.
No problem. Just allow a couple of days in advance to make sure you get a seat. And what is your name, please?
Janet Thompson.
Is that Thompson spelled with a P?
No, it's Thomson.
Okay.
Thomson. And for single ticket, what did she use? One-way ticket. Yeah, one-way. And return is two-way. All right, let's go on. Flight number. Now, usually flight numbers contain 2 alphabets, 3 alphabets, and a number. For example, in Pakistan, it's PK and then number. For India, it's ID or IN and then there's a number, right? So let's see. This flight number is going to fascinate you. And all of you, hands up. Come on. दुआ करने लगे, हाथ ऊपर करें, दुआ करने लगे. अल्लाह करे इस एसी जहाज में बैठ के आप लोग जाएं. Okay? अभी बताऊंगा ये एसी से बनता क्या है. Right? Yeah, let's see. They're going to tell us.
And you'll be coming from the UK? What flight will you be traveling on?
It's Air Canada flight number AC936 from London Heathrow.
Right.
Air Canada flight number AC936. AC means Air Canada. Hell से मैंने Air Canada की टिकट बुक करवाई है. पिछली दफ़ा दूसरी थी, उस पर मज़ा नहीं आया. अब मैं सीधा टोरंटो पहुंचूंगा. Yeah, inshallah. Why not? Yeah. Okay. So AC 936. After that, there is address, right? But I'll play this audio. Fare is 35 pounds. Dollars, sorry. Credit card number. Now listen, credit card numbers are usually long. These numbers are not short and they will not repeat the number. Okay, so you have to be quick enough to write it down. And if you miss anything, don't try to see what others are writing or what he or she has written. Your test may be cancelled, I'm telling you once again, right? Just mind your own business. So let's see, credit card number, and it's going to be a number. Write it all quickly.
Now, do you know where you'll be staying?
Address.
We need to give the driver an address.
Yes, it's called the Vacation Motel, and I think it's near the town centre. Anyway, the address is 24 Kitchener Street. That's Kitchener Street.
That's fine. Right, so that's $35 to pay, please. Have you got your credit card number there?
Yes, it's a Visa card, and the number is 3303 8450 2045 6837.
Okay. Well, that seems to be everything. Have a good trip, and we'll see you in Toronto next week.
Yes, bye. Oh, thanks for your help.
All right, thank you, no problem. Anyways, listen now. If in credit card number, even one digit is wrong, one digit, your all answer is wrong. So, first four numbers, 3303. O means 0. Next, 8450. All right, next, 2045. And next, 6837. Now, one advice. Whenever you write credit card number, don't write all the digits together without a space. Either you can give space after one digit, a little space. Otherwise, they'll be all jumbled. Or you can write 4 digits, then a little space, then 4 digits, then a little space. And on your answer sheet also you can do it. Right? Or I advise you, for example, you're writing 572933135 with a little space 7293. In case, otherwise you don't see, is it 6 or 8? If you write something together, so it can be something like that. All right, thank you. Now, we move on to section 2. Those who have mobile and they have joined me on GoToMeeting, please follow your mobiles. And we see this here. I'm going to elaborate this thing here. Section 2, questions 11 to 20. Questions 11 to 16, choose the correct letter A, B, C. This is called multiple choice. Whenever we have multiple choice in section 1 and section 2, they are comparatively easier and simpler than when they appear in section 3 and section 4. So, question number 11, let's make it even bigger. Question number 11, PS Camping has been organizing holidays for. Now, PS Camping is the name of the company. And this company has been organizing holidays for, means number of years. Now, you guys can see they have given us 3 years. And by the way, they will speak about all 3 years. Right? It's not that they will just tell you the answer. For example, PS Camping has been organizing holidays for. They say, we started our company 25 years ago. And initially, we were booking some holidays. And then 20 years ago, we started with camping holidays. So the answer will be 20 years ago. So they will speak about all years. You just have to focus that this company has been organizing camping. PS Camping has been organizing holidays for. So the number of years they have been organizing holidays. And one more thing, they will speak about ABC in any order. Not necessarily the same order, in any order. Let's start. Question number 11, please.
Section 2. You will hear a representative from a holiday company called PS Camping giving a talk about the holidays the company organises.
Thank you all for coming to my talk this evening. It's nice to see so many people in the audience. For those of you who don't know very much about PS Camping, let me start by giving you some background information about the company. The company started 25 years ago. It actually opened as a retail chain selling camping equipment, and then 20 years ago, it bought a small number of campsites in the UK and began offering camping holidays. The company grew rapidly and has been providing holidays in continental Europe for the last 15 years.
Okay, now they spoke about all the years, right? Now the order in which they spoke, that is CBA. Please write there CBA. What is CBA? First they discussed option C, then they discussed option B, then they discussed option A, right? Now the right answer is option B. Yeah, 20 years. But on your answer sheet, what will you write? B. You will not write 20 years. If you write 20 years, your answer will be wrong. Just you will write B. I'm playing it again.
Section 2. You will hear a representative from a holiday company called PS Camping giving a talk about the holidays the company organises.
Thank you all for coming to my talk this evening. It's nice to see so many people in the audience. For those of you who don't know very much about PS Camping, let me start by giving you some background information about the company. The company started 25 years ago.
So the company started 25 years ago, but actually PS Camping has been organizing holidays. That's what you got to focus.
It actually opened as a retail chain selling...
It actually opened as a retail chain. Means 25 years ago, they started as a retail chain, like, superstores and all that.
Camping equipment. And then, 20 years ago, it bought a small number of campsites in the UK.
20 years ago, it bought a small number of campsites in the UK. So camping has been organizing holidays for 20 years because they bought campsites.
The company grew rapidly and has been providing holidays in continental Europe for the last 15 years.
So last 15 years is continental Europe, but they've been providing holidays for 20 years, exactly. See that? So in multiple choice, once you understand this thing, you will have no issues. Instead of looking for the right answer, look for the wrong answer and cross it. And then what you are left with, that will be the right answer. What we do, we are searching for right answer. We ignore the wrong answer. The wrong answers should be crossed and you will find the right one. Okay? Let's go on. Question number 12, please. The company has most camping sites. Now, please underline the word most and write their majority. Understand? Most and majority, they are synonyms. So, the company has most camping sites in, very simple, France, Italy, Switzerland. Now look here. If they say, for example, in France, we have few sites. Will that be the answer? No. We are planning to open some sites in Switzerland. Will that be the answer? At the moment, majority of our sites are in different parts of Italy. Understand? I mean, this is how they're going to trap you. So please listen and answer question number 12.
If you book a camping holiday with us, you'll have a choice of over 300 sites. In Italy, we now have some 64 sites that we either own or have exclusive use of. France is where we have the majority of sites, and we currently have a project to expand into Switzerland.
So,
we also have a number of sites in northern Spain, particularly in the mountainous region of Picos de Europa.
all right, but Spain is not mentioned. So the answer is Italy. Yeah, 64 sites, yeah. Italy, that's a trap. Now 64 doesn't mean majority, right? Even if they say we have 1,000 sites in Italy, but the majority of sites are in France. It means it's more than that. So don't be trapped by a number. So the right answer is option A, France. Clear? I'm playing it again.
If you book a camping holiday with us, you'll have a choice of over 300 sites. In Italy, we now have some 64 sites that we either own or have exclusive use of. France is where we have the majority of sites, and we currently have a project to expand into Switzerland. We also have a number of sites in northern...
Okay, so the order in which they spoke, that is BAC. Clear? BAC. Well done. Let's go on. Question number 13. Question number 13. which organized activity? Now underline organized activity. Now look here. What is organized activity? One thing is I say, go and sit in different parts and speak English. Go and sit anywhere and speak English, right? Now, one activity is this, and you will tell me which is organized, right? Second, I'm going to divide you all into small groups, and 5 by 5, you will sit round the table and you have to discuss this topic, which is organized. Second one, right? You say, go and play something. Go and play something is not organized. Let's go and have a football match. Now, when they say football match, or I have arranged a football match for you, that is organized one. So what is the question? Which organized activity can children do every day of the week? Every day of the week means daily. One organized activity. And again, I'm telling you, football. Right? If they say children can go and play football, badminton, blah, 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 whatever, that is not organized. But if they say every evening we arrange a football match for the children, that is organized. Next is drama. And C is model making. They make models of different things. Okay? Now just focus organized activity. And they will speak about all three. 2 activities will not be organized ones. One is organized activity.
Parents who want their children to be fully occupied for all or part of the day can take advantage of our children's activities. These are organised by our well-qualified and enthusiastic staff. Each day kicks off with a sports match, perhaps football or volleyball, followed by an hour of drama for everyone. This may include singing or dancing, mime or other activities. In the afternoon, there's a different art activity for each day of the week, including a poster competition or model making.
So, football, all right, sounds organized. Option B, drama. Option C, model making. I give you one more chance. Let's do it again.
Parents who want their children to be fully occupied for all or part of the day can take advantage of our children's activities. These are organised by our well-qualified and enthusiastic staff. Each day kicks off with a sports match, perhaps football or volleyball, followed by an hour of drama for everyone.
Okay, each day kicks off with football or volleyball or anything like, if it is organized, it should be only one sports. So football or volleyball, option A is not the right answer. Let's move on, followed by drama. Now let's focus.
1. This may include singing or dancing, mime or other activities.
This may include singing or dancing, mime or other activities. Now singing, dancing, that means these activities are organized. Okay, I'll play it again, don't worry. Let's go on.
In the afternoon, there's a different art activity for each day of the week.
There is a different art activity on each day of the week. So model making is not organized one. Different activity means sometimes they have this, sometimes they have that.
Including a poster competition or model making.
Including either poster competition or model making. So even this is not organized. Now please listen to it all. The order in which they speak, that is ABC.
Parents who want their children to be fully occupied for all or part of the day can take advantage of our children's activities. These are organised by our well-qualified and enthusiastic staff. Each day kicks off with a sports match, perhaps football or volleyball, followed by an hour of drama for everyone. This may include singing or dancing, mime or other activities. In the afternoon, there's a different art activity for each day of the week, including a poster competition or model making.
Okay, so, let me check the answer once again so that you guys are sure about it. Yeah, it is actually C. Sorry, just a second. Yeah, it's B, not C. Same. Okay, let's go on. Organized activity, for that they use the word the same thing. Listen, For football, they used volleyball. So it's not organized activity like football or volleyball. Second, when they talk about model making, there they talk about postals, and each day there is a different thing. So drama is something which is organized. Oh yes, I got it. Drama is something which is organized every day of the week. Otherwise, model making, sometimes they have model making, sometimes they have other thing. Yeah, I got it. A, football, one day they have football, one day they have volleyball, so it's not every day. So what is every day? That is their drama. Okay, रोज रोज drama होता है हर घर में. Okay, question number 14. Some areas of the sites have a no noise rule after. I like this rule very much. Yesterday when I was listening to these audios and all that, there's a rule, no noise rule. After 10 o'clock, no one will make any noise. So you can make this rule in your house. Yeah? I usually, when my children, they were small and they used to make a lot of noise. I used to say, let's play a game. Who can be quiet for a long time? And the children were okay. And then I invented another game with my children. Like at night when they were not sleeping, I said, let's see who sleeps first. Close your eyes. And after some time, children were sleeping. Okay, so you can just do that. Yeah, Yasin? You can try these activities. Okay. Question number 14. No host today? All right. Question number 14. Some areas of the site have a no noise rule after. No noise rule after means after 10 p.m., 9:30 p.m., 10:30 p.m., there is no noise. So just listen and you'll find it.
What's more, our sites are truly child-friendly, and with this in mind, we operate a no-noise rule in the evenings. Children's evening activities usually finish at 9:30 or occasionally 10, and from 10:30, holidaymakers are expected to be quiet in the areas where there are tents.
10:30, well done. Children's activity finish at 9:30. 10:30, there is 10 o'clock, there is something else. And 10:30, for no noise, they use the word quiet. Please listen to it again.
What's more, our sites are truly child-friendly, and with this in mind, we operate a no-noise rule in the evenings.
Yasin?
Children's evening activities usually finish at 9:30 or occasionally 10.
Okay, evening activities finish at 9:30 or occasionally 10. Now both are traps. When you ignore 9:30 and 10, 9:30, 10 पे क्या होता है? Activities खत्म होती हैं.
And from 10:30, holidaymakers are expected to be quiet.
And from 10:30, holidaymakers are expected to be quiet. Means they should not make any noise. Right? Okay, let's go on. Question number 15, please. Yeah. Holiday insurance that is offered by PS Camping, and then it is incomplete sentence. So this multiple choice is incomplete sentence. Holiday insurance that is offered by PS. Option A, can be changed on annual basis. Underline can be changed. Sorry, charged. Can be charged on annual basis. If they say we charge yearly, or you will be charged every year. Every year, yearly, annual basis, it's the same thing. Option B is included in the price of the holiday. Like for insurance, you don't have to pay extra. Or insurance is the part of the price of holiday. It's the part of the price. And option C must be taken out at the time of booking. So holiday insurance that is offered must be taken out at the time of booking. When you book, you got to take it, right? Now let's see what do they say about it.
We want nothing to go wrong on a PS camping holiday, but if it does, we also want all our customers to be insured. If you haven't organised an annual insurance policy of your own, you'll need to take out the low-cost cover we offer, and we require that you arrange this when you make your holiday reservation.
We require you to make this when you book your holiday reservation or when you have your holiday reservation. So, C. What is C? Must be taken out at the time of booking. Time of booking means holiday reservation. I play this again.
We want nothing to go wrong on a PS camping holiday, but if it does, we also want all our customers to be insured. If you haven't organised an annual insurance policy of your own,
If you haven't organized annual insurance policy of your own, that is option A, can be charged on an annual basis? No. They're just saying if you've organized annual policy of your own.
you'll need to take out the low-cost cover we offer.
You'll need to take up low cost cover we offer, but they did not say that insurance is included in the price.
And we require that you arrange this when you make your holiday reservation.
And we require that you arrange this when you make your holiday reservation. So must be taken out at the time of booking. Last, question number 16. Customers who recommend PS camping to friends will receive. Now there is something that customers will receive, right? Customers who recommend PS camping to friends. Now if I recommend you somewhere, they will give me something. What is that? Let's see. Option A, a free gift. Option B, upgrade to a luxury tent. Like if I refer some people, they will upgrade my tent from normal tent to a luxury tent. And option C, discount. If I refer you, they give me 10% discount. It's something like that. So customers who recommend PS camping to friends will receive something.
There are many advantages to choosing PS camping and to recommending it to others. As a regular customer, you'll be kept informed of special offers, and your friends can benefit from 10% off their holiday, or book a luxury tent for the price of a standard one. In return, we'll send you a thank you present, which you can choose from a list of high-quality items.
In return, we'll send you a, from a list of high-quality items, that is free gift. Now, please write one thing. CBA. CBA is the order. Okay, so I'm going to start from question number 16.
There are many advantages to choosing PS camping and to recommending it to others. As a regular customer, you'll be kept informed of special offers, and your friends can benefit from 10% off their holiday.
Okay, your friends can benefit 10% discount. Now, you will not get the discount. Your friends will get the discount. Now, what is for you? That's what you got to see. If I refer her, for example, or him, he will get 10% discount. Now, what will I get? Let's go on. Now, come to option B.
Or book a luxury tent for the price of a standard one.
Or book a luxury tent for the price of a standard one. That's again your friends can do, right? Now, what is for you?
Thank you present, which you can choose from a list of high-quality items.
Okay, I go back a little. 16.
There are many advantages. Or book a luxury tent for the price of a standard one. In return, we'll send you a thank you present, which you can choose.
We'll send you. Now, what will you get? A thank you present. Present means gift. Thank you present.
Choose from a list of high-quality items.
Okay, all right. Now, let's go on. Questions 17 to 20. What does the speaker say about the following items? Speaker says something about the following items. Now, please take a look at items. 17 is barbecue, not Barbie doll, barbecue. 18 is toys. 19, cool boxes. 20, mops and buckets. Okay, these are the items. Now, what does the speaker say? A, they are provided in the tents. Underline provided in the tents. Option B, found in central areas. Just underline that. Found in central areas means the center area of that campsite. Found in central areas. And option C, available on request. You know, for example, you go to a hotel and you need extra pillow. What will you do? You'll request them and they will provide you. You need extra mattress. You request them and they will provide you, right? Now, there are three things. Either provided in all the tents. For example, barbecue. If they say barbecue is available in every tent, means that is option A. If they say we've got, due to the fire incidents or due to the fire hazard, we have barbecues, but they are in the middle of the campsite. What is that? Central area. And if they say we do have barbecues, but you can get them if you need upon your request, or you can make a request to get barbecue. That is option C. Now, what will you do? This hand will be on barbecue, and this hand will move, and see which option is the right one. And answer is going to be A, B, or C. Exactly. Let's start. Question number 17, please.
When it comes to our tents, these are equipped to the highest standard. We really do think of every essential detail, from an oven and cooking rings fueled by bottled gas to mirrors in the bedroom areas. If you don't want to cook indoors, you can borrow a barbecue if you ask in advance for one to be made available. And there's even a picnic blanket to sit on outside your tent.
So, you can borrow a barbecue. You can borrow means, yeah, it is available on request. Okay, I'm playing this one again. Please focus. Just focus their language. What is the question in the question booklet, what is written, and what do they speak? And once you learn this connection, how they write it and how they speak it, IELTS listening will be a piece of cake for you.
When it comes to our tents, these are equipped to the highest standard. We really do think of every essential detail, from an oven and cooking rings fueled by bottled gas to mirrors in the bedroom areas. If you don't want to cook indoors, you can borrow a barbecue if you ask in advance for one.
You can borrow a barbecue if you ask in advance. Ask in advance means request, and it's going to be available on request. So question number 17, answer is C. And by the way, one letter can be used twice as well. A, B, C. Question number 18, toys. Now let's see what do they say about toys.
Inside, a box of games and toys can be found, and children's tents can be hired if required.
Inside, it is option A, exactly. They are provided in all tents. Listen again.
Inside, a box of games and toys can be found.
Inside, a box of games and toys can be found.
And children's tents can be hired if required.
And children's tents can be hired if required. Right? But actually, toys are provided in all tents. Right? Answer is A. Question number 19, cool boxes. Do you know cool boxes? It's a box we take out for picnic and you put cold drinks in there and the cold drinks will remain cold. Like, you know this bottle? So it's just a big box and you can put cold or hot items. They remain hot. Like, you know, at home we have hot pot. So in the same way, we've got cool box. There they have their cold drinks and ice creams and all that. The vendors, ice cream vendors, they have cool box, right? So cool boxes. Now we have to see they are provided or they are found in central areas or they are available on request. Question number 19.
All tents have a fridge. And if you want to spend the day on the beach, for example, ask for a specially designed PS Camping cool box, which will keep your food and drinks chilled.
Ask for a specially designed camping cool box. Ask for means available on request. Well done. Very good. Okay, so for 19, answer is C. Question number 20, mops and buckets. Now, mops and buckets, they are provided in all tents, they are found in central areas, or they are available on request.
There are excellent washing facilities at all our sites, with washing machines and clothes lines in the central areas, along with mops and buckets in case your tent needs cleaning during your stay.
In central
all
areas...
sites have a cafe.
Shut up. In central areas, along with mops and buckets and all that. So the answer is B. Listen to it again. Hunbol.
There are excellent washing facilities at all our sites, with washing machines and clothes lines in the central areas.
In the central areas.
Along with mops and buckets.
Along with mops and buckets. So central area and mops and buckets. All right, very good. Okay, guys. Now we go on. Section 3. And in section 3, questions 21 to 23. Complete the notes below. Again, it's notes completion. And then they say, write one word only. So notes completion and one word only. No extra word. Differences between individuals in the workplace. Workplace means offices, job place. And differences between individuals, like if you and I are working, you are a different person, I'm a different person. Then there are gender differences and all that. So this audio is about the differences between individuals in the workplace. Now, let's go on. Individuals bring different, and then you guys can see there are three things. Number one is ideas, 3 bullet points. Second is question number 21. And third is learning experiences. So it's going to be something that will come after ideas and before learning experiences. And how many words? 1 word only. So be careful. Whatever they say after ideas, okay, I'll give you a tip. Write it down there. After ideas, when they use but it's also there. First they say, first of all, ideas. And then they say, but it's also there. Whatever they say after there, that will be the answer. But it's also there. You can write it down. In the audio, pick it up. But it's also there. Okay, so I'm going to play it. 21.
Section 3. You will hear a tutor talking to 2 business students called Philip and Janice about their research on managing individuals.
Well, you've both been looking at different styles of managing individuals in companies and the workplace. How's the research going, Philip?
Well, I've been looking at why individualism, individual differences, are such an important area of management studies. When you think about any organisation, be it a family business or a multinational company, they're all fundamentally a group of people working together. But it's what these individuals contribute to their places of work that makes you realise how important they are. Of course, they bring different ideas, but it's also their attitudes and their experiences of learning. Diversity is important in these areas too.
All right, very good. So first they said ideas, and after that they said, but it's also there. But it's also there, and then they use the word attitude or attitudes, singular or plural. Attitude, how do you spell? I-T-U-D. I'll not have them. I'll just have this. I've got cough. Okay, next, let's go on. Question number 22. What's the title? Okay, both. Whether you write attitude or... now listen, very good point. Listen, if, singular, plural. Now the question is, in IELTS listening, if we write plural, whereas the answer is singular, or if we write singular, whereas the answer is plural, is it wrong or right answer? Now I answer this question. If after that word, there is a verb means singular verb or plural verb. For example, attitude. And then after the blank, they have written has. For example, dash has many types. Now you must write singular attitude. Otherwise, grammatically, your answer is wrong. If they have written dash have many types, now you must write plural. Attitudes have different types. So if the answer is going to influence or impact the verb, then you have to be careful. Otherwise, singular, plural, that makes no difference. Okay, you got my point, right? Now over here you can see after attitudes there is no word. So you write attitude or attitudes, perfectly fine. Please listen to it again.
Section 3. You will hear a tutor talking to 2 business students called Philip and Janice about their research on managing individuals.
Well, you've both been looking at different styles of managing individuals in companies and the workplace. How's the research going, Philip?
Well, I've been looking at why individualism, individual differences, are such an important area of management studies. When you think about any organisation, be it a family business or a multinational company, they're all fundamentally a group of people working together. But it's what these individuals contribute to their places of work that makes you realise how important they are. Of course, they bring different ideas, but it's also their attitudes and their experiences of learning.
Okay, it's also their attitudes and learning experience. And one more thing. Question number 21. Above that, the word ideas is written. That is plural. So you must write plural. And one more thing. If they write ideas and dash. Ideas and dash. So even after that, the word should be plural. Ideas and attitudes. Horses and cows, like that. Okay, next title is work behavior. Differences are due to. Now 2 reasons for differences. Reason number 1, Personality. Reason number 2, they will tell us in the audio. Now, please write one word. After personality, they will say, and the other factor is. And the other factor is. And whatever they say after that, that will be your answer. ठीक है? ऐसे समझना है listening को. ऐसे focus करना है when you take the practice test and you will have no trouble with it. And the other factor is.
So why do people behave so differently from one another at work?
There are lots of reasons, but research has shown that a lot of it comes down to personality. And the other factor is gender. It's a well-known fact that men and women do lots of things in different ways, and the workplace is no different.
Gender. Very good. No, men and women, that is gender. They define gender. And the other factor is gender. Now see, one word only, you cannot write men and women. Okay? Next. Question number 23, title, Effects of Diversity on Companies. Advantage. For advantage, they might use the word benefit. Diversity develops. Now, please underline develops. And I tell you what do they do with this word. And these things will be repeated. What I'm telling you, next time, if they use the word develop, they will translate it like this because they don't have many options. So once you learn this vocabulary, these words, you will see them in many tests. Okay, so diversity develops. Now for develops, you are going to write helps encourage. Helps encourage. So they say diversity develops. In the audio, they will say diversity helps encourage dash. And whatever they say after that, that will be your answer. Okay, let's go on. 23.
Did you look at the effects of this variation on companies?
Yes, I did. On the positive side, exposure to such diversity helps encourage creativity, which is generally an asset to a company.
Helps encourage creativity. Okay? All good? I'm playing it again.
Did you look at the effects of this variation on companies?
Yes, I did. On the positive side, exposure to such diversity helps encourage creativity, which is generally an asset to a company.
Okay, now let's go on, please. Again, multiple choice. So overall, this test is moderate. Moderate means neither easy nor very difficult. But now this part, let's see. After that, you decide. Questions 24 to 27. Choose the correct letter A, B, or C. 24. Janice thinks that employers should encourage workers who are. Now, workers who are means type of workers. Employers means boss. Boss should encourage the workers who are. Option A, potential leaders. For potential, they can use any other word who have the quality to be a leader, who are likely to be leaders. And for leader, they use the word lead, who may lead, right? Open to new ideas. And option C, good at teamwork. Now listen carefully, eliminate two options, and you will be left with the right one. And stay focused.
Thanks, Philip. So now I guess the two main things to remember here are to identify individual talent and then to utilize it. So Janice, you were looking at identifying different talents in workers. Do you think this is easy for managers to do?
Well, currently, teamwork is in fashion in the workplace. And in my opinion, the importance of the individual is generally neglected. What managers should be targeting is those employees who can take the lead in a situation and are not afraid to accept the idea of responsibility.
A, potential leaders, exactly. Right, now I play this again, focus this thing. And the order in which they played the audio, that is C, B, C, A, C, B, A, I guess. Yeah, okay, let's do it.
Thanks, Philip. So now I guess the two main things to remember here are to identify individual talent and then to utilize it. So Janice, you were looking at identifying different talents in workers. Do you think this is easy for managers to do?
Well, currently teamwork is in fashion in the workplace.
Currently, teamwork is in fashion and all that, but she did not encourage workers who are good at teamwork. Okay, so this is number one.
And in my opinion, the importance of the individual is generally neglected. What managers should be targeting is those employees who can take the lead in a situation and are not afraid to accept the idea of responsibility.
Okay, who can take the lead in a situation that is potential, open to new ideas? No, they didn't speak like that. Okay, just listen to this thing again. 24.
Thanks, Philip.
Teamwork is in fashion in the workplace. And in my opinion, the importance of the individual is generally neglected. What managers should be targeting is those employees who can take the lead in a situation and are not afraid to accept the idea of responsibility.
Not afraid to accept the ideas of responsibility. That is not open to new ideas, not afraid. So A is the right answer. Let's go on. Question number 25. Janice suggests that managers may find it difficult to, underline difficult. Now, managers find something difficult. Out of 3, one thing managers will find difficult. And other 2 things, sometimes, you know what happens? They don't even discuss one option. They don't talk about one option. It's not necessary that every time they will speak about 3 options, right? Sometimes they ignore one option and discuss 2. And sometimes even they ignore 2 options and one right option they discuss. Anyways, what are the options? Difficult to form successful groups. For successful groups, they might use the word teams. Balance conflicting needs. Conflicting needs means I need something which is opposite to his need. Right? For example, I want AC in my room. He is allergic to AC. These are conflicting needs. Balance them. Option C, deal with uncooperative workers. Uncooperative workers who don't cooperate. So what is difficult for the managers? Let's go on.
That's true, Janice, but unfortunately many managers think the entire notion of encouraging individuality amongst their staff is far too hard.
Yes, that may be true, but I think one of the most important tasks of managers is to consider the needs of the individual on one hand and group cooperation and conformity on the other. It requires creative thinking on the part of management to avoid tension.
It is balance conflicting needs. Listen again, please.
That's true, Janice, but unfortunately many managers think the entire notion of encouraging individuality amongst their staff is far too hard.
Yes, that may be true, but I think one of the most important tasks of managers is to consider the needs of the individual on one hand and group cooperation and conformity on the other.
So balance conflicting needs. Now, one hand, one needs, and on the other hand, so these 2 needs are conflicting needs. B is the right answer. Question number 26. Janice believes employers should look for job applicants who. Now, employer means bosses, should look for job applicants means candidates who. Option A, can think independently. Underline think independently. B, will obey the system. Just underline obey the system. And C, can solve problems. Just underline solve problems. So, employers should look for job applicants means bosses should look for the candidates who A, think independently, B, obey the system, and C, solve problems. Let's see.
So, Janice, what kind of people do you think companies should be looking for?
Well, it has to start from the very beginning, when companies are looking for new employees. When the personnel department is choosing between applicants, they need to look for someone who's broken the mould and can think for themselves. Instead, people making these decisions often use a range of psychological tests to see if a person is a problem solver or will do as they're told. I'm not convinced these qualities are actually the most important.
So do you think being a good team player is overrated?
No, it's not overrated. You do need to learn the rules and learn them fast. No individual can get around this if you're working in an organisation.
Option A. And they spoke about it first, and then there was a lot of fuss about solve problems and finally obey the system. Okay, I read the question again. Janice believes employers should look for job applicants who. The right answer is can think independently. I'm playing it again. The order in which they spoke, that is ACB. Okay, ACB. Please listen now.
So, Janice, what kind of people do you think companies should be looking for?
Well, it has to start from the very beginning, when companies are looking for new employees. When the personnel department is choosing between applicants, they need to look for someone who's broken the mold.
Someone who has broken the mold. Mold, you know, there's a small thing called mold. Matti ka bana hota hai, chuntiyan banati hain, right? Small thing, mold. So broken the mold and
can think for themselves.
And can think for themselves. Now underline this thing, think independently and think for themselves. When you think for yourself means you are thinking independently. So that is the right answer. Can think independently.
People making these decisions often use a range of psychological tests.
Now for this thing they use psychological test, and one of the tests is problem solving. So problem solution is not the answer.
To see if a person is a problem solver.
If the person is a problem solver. So all these things are done for option A, can think independently. Okay. All right. Let's go on. Question number 27. Janice believes managers should. Managers should means suggestion. Should means suggestion. If I say you should work hard, it's a suggestion. So Janice believes managers should. A. Demonstrate good behavior. Only 3 words. Option B, encourage cooperation early on. Encourage cooperation. And C, increase financial incentives. For financial incentives, they might use the word rewards. Monetary gains, monetary benefits and all that. Now please listen and answer.
So how should managers deal with this?
Rewards. When an individual demonstrates the behaviour the organisation expects, some kind of incentive can be given. What's important here is that this happens right at the beginning, so new recruits learn the rules of the system immediately. Also, the incentive should be something the individual actually wants, and this isn't always just money.
See? Okay. All right. I'm playing this again. Please focus. C is not the right answer, by the way. Just focus the first point they discussed.
So how should managers deal with this?
Rewards. When an individual demonstrates the behaviour the organisation expects, some kind of incentive can be given.
Some kind of incentive can be given, and
what's important here is that this happens right at the beginning.
This happens right at the beginning. It is B. This happens right at the beginning. Encourage cooperation early on. Early on means right at the beginning. Please listen again. I play this one again.
So how should managers deal with this?
Rewards. When an individual demonstrates the behaviour the organisation expects, some kind of incentive can be given. What's important here is that this happens right at the beginning. So
some kind of incentive,
new recruits learn
and right at the beginning for new recruits, that is encourage cooperation early on. Okay, let's go on. Questions 28 to 30. All right, questions 28 to 30. Question number 28. It's basically complete the sentences below. Write one word only for each answer. Question number 28. All managers need to understand their employees and recognize their companies dash. Now underline companies. Again, some good tip. Underline company and write there of the organization. Companies dash of the organization. For example, answer is role. R-O-L-E, role. So they say company's role. In the audio, they will say role of the organization, right? So apostrophe S is very common in IELTS listening as well as in IELTS reading. Let's see now, what do they say about it? So all managers need to understand their employees and recognize their company's dash, something that belongs to the company, something that is from the company.
To come back to you, Philip, you were saying that recognition of good performers is essential. Now, what else should managers be looking for?
Well, managing people means you not only have an understanding of your employees, but you also recognize the culture of the organization.
But you also recognize the culture of the organization. So recognize their company's culture. Understand? I play this again. Some of you missed it.
To come back to you, Philip, you were saying that recognition of good performers is essential. Now, what else should managers be looking for?
Well, managing people means you not only have an understanding of your employees, but you also recognize the culture of the organization.
Okay, that's good. Let's go on to question number 29, please. So 28 is culture. 29, when managing change, increasing the companies. Okay, when managing change, okay, increasing the company's dash. So increasing the companies, again apostrophe S, something that is related to the company or organization. And increasing, for that, increasing the companies, for that they might use the word need to increase company's dash or need to increase dash of the company, right? And then they say maybe more important than employee satisfaction. Now something is more important than employee satisfaction. What is that something? Let's just see.
In fact, for some organizations, creativity and individuality may be the last thing they want to see during working hours.
Very true.
Yes, but managing people isn't as easy as it looks. For example, change in the workplace can be quite tricky, especially if there's a need to increase profit. And at times like these, managers may have to give priority to profit rather than individual staff needs.
Priority to profit than individual staff need. And they uttered this word twice. So the answer is profit. Now tell me, if I write plural profits or singular profit, will it make any difference? No. Company's profit or company's profits. There is no verb. Verb is may after that. So may is not sensitive for singular and plural. Right? So the answer is profit or profits. Question number 30. During periods of change, managers may have to cope with, underline cope with, and write there deal with. Cope with or deal with. Increased amounts of, very good word. I have seen this several times in IELTS listening and reading. Underline that, increased amounts of. And they will always use one word for increased amounts of, and that is high levels of. High levels of, increased amounts of and high levels of. Now whatever they say in the audio after high levels of, that will be the answer. Very simple. Let's see.
Yes, and that creates difficult situations for people.
Yes, but what's important is that managers are able to deal with quite high levels of personal stress. During times of change, they should be thinking not only about the strain on their staff, but take time out to think of themselves.
Absolutely.
High levels of personal stress. So the right answer is actually stress. And then they use the word strain as well. That can be right, but actually the word is stress. Please listen to it.
Yes, and that creates difficult situations for people.
Yes, but what's important is that managers are able to deal with quite high levels of personal stress. During times of change...
Okay, managers able to deal with high levels of personal stress. Why not personal stress? It's one word only, exactly. And you can do this when they give you 10 minutes to check your answers. Again, you have to see question type, number of words, and then see, am I writing the exact number of words? So even then you can correct yourself, right? Okay, thank you. Now we move on. Well, section 4, guys. Section 4, questions 31 to 40. First we have questions 31 to 35. Complete the notes below. Write one word only for each answer. So very simple, no number, just one word only for each answer. Seminar on rock art. Now this rock art is very common topic. What is rock art? On rocks and mountains, they have made some paintings and drawings and sculptures and all that. That is what they call rock art. You might have seen in Afghanistan, they had the statues of Buddha on the mountains. That is what they call rock art. Okay? So anything like that. It's a good idea if you watch any short clip on rock art. Do one thing. Most common topics of IELTS listening, part 1, 2, 3, 4. Just watch some short clips for a couple of minutes so that you have some idea what rock art is. Now, question number 31. Preparation for field work trip to Namibia in dash. Now see, Namibia is place. They have already mentioned. Now after Namibia, they said to Namibia in. Now in means it can be the year or it can be the month. Try to understand. Namibia is already mentioned. So location is already mentioned. To Namibia in March, April, May, June, July, or in 2022. Right? You cannot write in 8 o'clock. You cannot write in Monday, because for that at 8 o'clock on Monday, right? So it's going to be a month or a year. This is my guess. Let's see what it is actually.
Section 4. You will hear part of a lecture about cave paintings and other types of rock art.
Good afternoon, everyone. This is the first seminar in preparation for our archaeological fieldwork in Namibia. We are fantastically lucky to have received partial research funding for this trip from our institute, so I shall expect 200% attention and participation from you all. First in this seminar, I'm going to give a brief introduction to contemporary research on rock art, and in the second part, I'm going to give you some do's and don'ts for our fieldwork trip in April. So please listen very carefully.
Our fieldwork trip in... That's what you guys missed. Listen again. Our fieldwork trip in dash.
Section 4. You will hear part of a lecture about cave...
to contemporary research on rock art. And in the second part, I'm going to give you some do's and don'ts for our fieldwork trip in April. So please...
Our fieldwork trip in... April. And by the way, in is also a very good guess. Like in, and they will use in for that. Okay, let's go on. Rock art in Namibia. And you can see there are 2 points and there is no question. Right? So you will not read it. I tell you, they will give you 1 minute to read questions 31 to 40. Only read that part where there is the question. Now, for example, paintings and engravings, there is no question. Underline engravings. And now come to earliest explanation of engravings of animals' footprints. Okay? They were used. They means what? They were used to help. Means earliest explanations of engravings of animal footprints. So they means engravings of animal footprints. What are the engravings of animal footprints? They put animal footprints. These are the footprints of lion. These are the footprints of elephant. These are the footprints of giraffe. Okay? So engraving means they engraved it on stone. On stone they engraved. These are the footprints of lion, tiger and all that. So they were used. They means engravings. Engravings were used to help dash learn about trekking. Now underline the word learn. Right? I want to learn French. Try to understand my point. I want to learn French. I'm going to rephrase it. I want someone to teach me French. Are they same things? Yeah, I want to learn French. Learn. I want someone to teach me French. Teach. So underline learn and write there teach. Clear? This is how they paraphrase the things. Now they were used. Means engravings were used to help dash learn. For someone to learn that. Okay, now let's see what is it or who is that person. That will be your answer. Question number 32.
I'm first going to focus on the interpretation of rock art in Namibia. We are very fortunate to be going to an area where you can find some of the most important sites in the entire world. And I hope to show you how easy it is for everyone to make mistakes in looking at cultures which are different from our own, the first and most important lesson we have to learn. In Namibia, there are both paintings and engravings. That's where the surface of the rock is cut out. Many of the engravings show footprints of animals, and most scholars used to think that the purpose of these was simple and obvious. This rock art was like a school book with pictures to teach children about tracks, which track belonged to which animal, giraffe, lion, and so on.
Children, pictures to teach children. To teach children means help children learn. They were like school books, exactly. So the right answer is children. Please listen to it again.
I'm first going to focus on the interpretation of rock art.
And for they used the word purpose of these. Purpose of these.
In Namibia. We are very fortunate to be going to an area where you can find some of the most important sites in the entire world. And I hope to show you how easy it is for everyone to make mistakes in looking at cultures which are different from our own, the first and most important lesson we have to learn. In Namibia, there are both paintings and engravings. That's where the surface of the rock is cut out. Many of the engravings show footprints of animals, and most scholars used to think that the purpose of these was simple and obvious. This rock art was like a school book with pictures to teach children about tracks.
Okay, with pictures to teach children about tracks. So children learn about tracking. Teach children about track. Write it down. Teach children about tracks and children learn about tracking. This is what we call IELTS listening. हाँ गुस्सा आते हैं ना कभी कभार दिल में गालियाँ दे लिया करें हल्की फुल्की सी बड़ी वाली नहीं हल्की फुल्की सी है. Okay, let's go on. Question number 33. But now let's see what do they have for this. I make it bigger. But what are the tracks usually dash? And then there is a question mark. It means it's going to be the purpose of tracks. What are the tracks usually? Again, I give you a trick for this. What are the tracks usually? For this, you will find the answer. They will say the tracks are dash. Okay? Why are the tracks usually? For example, if they say, the answer is muddy. Tracks are usually muddy. So, why are the tracks usually muddy? In the audio, what they are going to say, they are going to use the word, the tracks are muddy because, means reason. Why are the tracks usually muddy? The tracks are muddy because, so answer is going to be muddy. Something like that. Now, just focus, the tracks are, and whatever they say after it. It's question number 33. Yeah.
But there were some mysteries. First, when you look at a typical Namibian painting or engraving, you see the tracks are repeated. There are dozens of tracks for the same animal.
The tracks are repeated. Yeah, so the tracks are repeated means why are the tracks usually repeated? You have to practice it. And once you practice, then you will understand the mindset. You'll say, ye to pehle bhi hua hai, ye dobara bhi ho sakta hai. Like that. Okay, question number 34. Now 33, just underline unrealistic. Because the audio will go on, ba, 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 and all that, yeah? Question number 34. Why are the unrealistic animals sometimes half? Sometimes half, underline that. Sometimes half. And right there, seem to be half. Sometimes half, seem to be half. And whatever they say after seem to be half, that will be your answer. Let's see.
Well, you'd expect just one clear illustration if the reason, the aim was to teach tracking. Now, there were two more problems. Why are some of the engravings of animals very accurate, as you'd expect, all clearly identifiable, and others quite unrealistic? And another mystery. Some of these unrealistic animals, that's in the engravings, seem to be half human. Some, for example, have got human faces.
Okay, seem to be half? Well done, excellent. अब इस तरह से खुद से practice करनी है हर टेस्ट में. Just focus these things. All right, let's go on. Question number 35. More recent explanation. Wise men may have been trying to control wild animals with now something, a tool or a device or something they use to control the wild animals. Right? You might have seen in cartoon programs, Mowgli or anything, he controls the wild animals with something like that. Okay? So, now wild animals with, now please write there, dash to control the animals. Wise men may have been trying to control wild animals with, and that means dash to control the animals. Right? Whatever they speak about it. Now something that controls the wild animals. And the answers are going to be very simple. Have you noticed question number 31? What is the answer? April. 32? 33? 34? Human. 35. We are going to do it now. Okay? Yeah.
Many researchers now think that these were pictures the wise men engraved of themselves. They believed they could use magic to control the animals they had drawn, so the hunters could then catch them for food.
Well done. Okay, so magic is the right answer. I play it again. I see a question mark.
Many researchers now think that these were pictures the wise men engraved of themselves. They believed they could use magic to control the animals they had drawn, so the hunters could then catch them for food.
Okay, let's go on. Questions 36 to 40. Okay, let's take a start. Questions 36 to 40. Complete the sentences below and write one word only for each answer. Now just one word again. Question number 36. If you look at a site from a, please now underline from a. And usually for from, they use at. If you look at a site, now look here. If you look at a site from a, guess. If you look at a site from a, if you look at, for example, there is Minar-e-Pakistan in Lahore. If I say, if you look at Minar-e-Pakistan from a, all right, आप लोगों ने कभी IELTS में तुक्का नहीं लगाना, क्योंकि थोड़ा लगना ही नहीं, okay, ठीक है? So please, let's play the audio and we find it there, ठीक है? कभी कोशिश नहीं करनी. If you look at a site from a dash, you reduce visitor pressure. If you look at a site from a dash, you reduce visitor pressure. Visitor pressure is, for example, Statue of Liberty, Lady Liberty, right? So if you look at Statue of Liberty closer, there will be a lot of visitor pressure, so many people. If you go a little far from it, so you can enjoy that, right? Let's see what that is. So the answer is going to come with at a dash.
Now, before I invite you to join in a discussion in this second part of the seminar, I'd like to make some very important points about our fieldwork, and in fact any field trip to look at rock art. We're going to a number of sites, and we won't always be together. The single largest problem faced by people who manage the sites is, yes, I'm sure you've guessed, damage caused by visitors, even though it's usually unintentional. Whenever you do go to a site, don't forget you can learn many things from observing at a distance instead of walking all over it. This can really help to reduce visitor pressure. People often say,
"Oye, acha, pata chal gaya," okay? Now, answer is distance with C. Okay, if you write distant, that is wrong answer. Distance. Sight from a distance or at a distance. Okay, well done. And I tell you one more clue, how to find out that your answer is wrong. Wrong word will not make any sense in the blank. Write the word in the blank, read the sentence, wrong word will not give any sense. Wrong word will be nonsense there, okay? Question number 37. To camp on a site may be disrespectful to people from that. People from that means people of the. Now from, this time for from they are going to use of. You know, they've said people from that. People from that means people of that. For example, people from that area. People from that area means people of that area or that area's people. Let's see, what do they say about it?
And then some basic rules to guide you. We'll have our own camp near a village, but remember never to camp on a site if you go on your own. It may be disrespectful to the people of that culture.
It may be disrespectful to the people of that culture is the answer. Okay? All right, let's go on. Question number 38. Undiscovered material may be damaged by. Undiscovered material means on a site, archaeological site like Mohenjo-daro, Harappa and all that. So undiscovered material may be damaged by. What will damage that material? Okay, the thing which is going to damage the material will be your answer. Will be damaged by water, will be damaged by something. So listen carefully. कोई ऐसी चीज जो damage करती है. Simple.
And certainly don't make fires, however romantic it may seem. It's really dangerous in dry areas, and you can easily burn priceless undiscovered material by doing so.
Fire or fires, right? I play this again.
And certainly don't make fires, however romantic it may seem. It's really dangerous in dry areas, and you can easily burn priceless undiscovered material by doing so.
Okay, so fires. Undiscovered material may be damaged by fire. Question number 39. You should avoid dash or tracing rock art as it is so fragile. Tracing means you put a trace paper and you trace it. With butter paper, tracing paper. So they say two things. You should avoid. Now underline you should avoid. And write there never. Okay? They will use never. You should avoid or never. Now what is it that you need to avoid? And by the way, see after dash or tracing. Dash or tracing. It means answer is going to be in ing form. For example, drawing or tracing. Painting or tracing. So the answer is going to be in ing form. Let's see.
So, how are we going to enjoy the rock art on our field trip? By looking at it, drawing it, and photographing it. Never by touching it or even tracing it. Rock art is fragile.
Never by touching it or tracing it. Tracing is already there, so the answer is touching. Good job. Question number 40. In general, your aim is to leave the site. Or to leave the site like, for example, your aim is to leave the site safe. Your aim is to leave the site healthy or any other word like that. Now please underline your aim is to leave the site. Underline this phrase. For this they might say simply you should leave the site dash. You should leave the site dash. Now I play the audio.
Remember that climbing on rocks and in caves can destroy in a moment what has lasted for centuries. So no heroics in Namibia, please. Try to be extra careful and help others to be too. Oh, and lastly, please don't even move rocks or branches to take photographs. You should leave the site intact. I'm sure I can rely on you to do that.
You should leave the site intact. I-N-T-A-C-T. Right? As it is. Intact means as it is. Means किसी भी चीज़ से पंगा नहीं लेना, छेड़खानी नहीं करनी. Right? Okay. Thank you very much.